Good morning and welcome to my shortcut around the world. So it's day 8 in Mongolia and it's the start of my third day's riding. I spent the first 4 nights after crossing the Russian-Mongolian border in the town of Ogli or Ugly. I stayed in the BT Mongolia guest house for 4 nights to get some editing caught up, acclimatise myself to the currency and the language and get myself ready for heading towards Ulaanbaatar. So the first day, Saturday, the weather was atrocious. I just didn't even bother digging the cameras out. Yesterday it was a bit sunnier, but there was like a 40-mile-an-hour tailwind at my back for the best part of the day, which was brilliant. But later in the afternoon, that 40-mile-an-hour wind became a crosswind, and I was riding at like 30 degrees for about 50 kilometres. So after yesterday's death trap hotel, there was no doubt about it, I needed some pampum. So when I saw this Western style hotel, I thought, I'm going to give it a go. Asked at reception, 179,000 Mongolian, which is about £35. So recharge my batteries and I'm ready to go. So a wee bit nicer than my usual hotel, but I don't grudge a penny of it. It made me feel brilliant. So my first waypoint is about 100 kilometres down the road. It'll take me about an hour to get there, so let's get moving. Now, what I'm about to do is completely and utterly unnecessary. There's a perfectly good road there that will take me all the way to Ulaanbaatar. However, I'm going to try and follow this track here for about 30 kilometres, which will eventually take me back onto the road. I can't possibly come 16,000 kilometres to Mongolia and no attempt to do some off-road riding. But I'll be taking it easy because I've got these hard panniers on, which is never a good idea when you're riding off-road. Now there's a reasonable probability that I'll end up backtracking on myself, because if it gets too sandy, if it gets too muddy, if there's water crossings, then I'm on my own and I don't have any sort of emergency rescue provision, so I just need to be super careful about this. I found the trail, I found the track, so looks like there's some occasional traffic down this route. So I don't have any maps either, I'm just using my phone, but it's pretty nuts that a track like this is marked on Google Earth. I think that's a trail up there. Oops, look, there's a track. Definitely somebody's been down here though. I'm going to follow this track and see how far off the route it takes me. The absolute imperative thing is that I keep my feet up and I don't paddle, because my calves are at risk of getting run over by my my pannier boxes. And if I hit deep sand that I sink into, that's game over. I ain't going to go any further than that, because that would be my limit. This area here is shown on Google Earth as a riverbed, but I've been watching all the dried up rivers. I've been watching all the dried up rivers on my route here, and there hasn't been any rivers whatsoever, so right, that's me, game over. I'm not risking getting stuck in that because there's nobody here to help me. Not quite what I was expecting. I was expecting a wee bit more kind of dry, compacted territory. I wasn't expecting mud and wet sand. However, if you don't go down these wee tracks, you'll never know. At least I'll be able to follow my tyre tracks back. So sadly, it seems that I've got all of about 4 kilometres before I've bottled it. Oh, TV, what have you done? Hey, this isn't great. So I can't find my way back. I know roughly where I'm supposed to be going, but you know, I would follow my original route back out, but so there's no way I cross through there, and I'm not digging that deep sand. That would have been a turning back point for me, and there's definitely no tracks there either. No, we can't deal with that. Definitely wasn't anywhere near that river. Oh, I can see the road. There's the road over there. Maybe I'm more than 4 kilometres. So I only got 4 or 5 kilometres before I bottled it and decided to turn around. But that's the key thing in doing daft things like this, is knowing your own limits. And for me, I was on my own, I've got too much luggage, I've got no real maps, I nearly got myself lost. So the most important aspect is doing the sensible thing and making sure you get home safe at night. How the f did I get out of that side? That's the side that I want to be. No, that's too soft. It's hard enough there. Soft there. So if I go at it straight, right, okay, I'm not going to sink into that. And I'll even take that rubbish away with me. I put a little back into the karma bank. There's the road up ahead. I think that's the trail I came in on. So that's me made it back to hard ground. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did. But Mongolia wasn't finished with me yet. Well, I'm as surprised as you are. This definitely wasn't on today's plan. I pushed myself a little too far today. I'd done about 550 kilometres, and by the time I started looking for a hotel, there was slim pickings. There was next to no options. The couple that I tried just said no, they didn't have any availability. Fortunately, I've been keeping an eye on the weather, and I know it's not to drop below zero tonight, so if I get wrapped up, I should be okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can help the channel to grow by giving us a thumbs up, hitting subscribe and making a comment down below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.